Mike here today, and we are going to add a little bit of extra grunt to the Ducati Diavel. I'm going to be changing the exhaust silencer today. I got a slip-on system, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what's in the box, and then we're going to work through the process, and we'll have before and after sound. So let's get right to it. Alright, let's just do a quick rundown of what's in the box here. We got the Remus Hypercone, and it's for the Diavel, and I ended up getting it in the titanium finish, so it's looks like a brushed, kind of finish. Yeah, I really like it. The options were you had this or stainless, which I thought was just a little bit too shiny for the bike, and then you have a black, and I didn't think the black tied in with the rest of the exhaust system. So you do have a carbon fiber end cap there, which I think looks really nice. That's a nice touch. I like that a lot. And right here we do have a little decibel killer. You can take that Allen out and remove this piece. We're going to leave it in for now and see what it sounds like. We can do both modes there. That's of course where the bracket attaches and whatnot. What else we got in here is the mid pipe. That's a little connecting pipe. It goes from the header right here back to the silencer. And I'm not sure about this yet, but it's got a little black heat shield on there. And I'm going to wait until it's all together to decide if I want that on there or not. I'm not sure about just a black piece right in the middle of the exhaust. Which this has the brackets on there. I don't know how that would look either. So I'm just going to wait until we get it on there and see what that looks like. Got the bracket, which is pretty nice. It's a nice thick piece of stainless here. Looks like it's plasma cut. It's bent. It's a solid piece. And then the hardware to put the shield on, and your springs to connect the muffler to the mid pipe there. Also, we got a little set of instructions that are in Austrian. I can't read that. But there is English on this side, and it pretty much just says put it on there. I mean, if you can't figure that out, it's pretty self-explanatory. So there we got the box. Now let's move on. Now here's the original system that's going to be replaced. As far as that goes, it's just going to slip on, so we're going to fit it right here into the peg. We're going to loosen this clamp right here, and it's going to hook on, and we have the bracket right here, and take that off. That should be all there is to it. I don't think it'll be too complicated of a job here. So I've got a 10mm socket. I got a 12 for the bracket here, and an Allen. It's got a bolt on the back side there, a nut. And so let's get right to it. All right. So first we'll loosen this clamp up here. It's just a 10mm socket. I'm sure it's going to be pretty stout where it gets hot. Of course, I have the smallest ratchet I have, but it's coming along, and I can see it's loose there. I just rode this a little bit ago, so it's still a little warm. I'm sure it would have come off a little easier, cool down. Okay, but that's loose right there. Alright, it seems pretty loose. It's free to move on there. I'm just going to scoot it this way here. Alright, now let's move up to the top bracket here. I think this is a 5mm, and that on the back is turning, so secure that. Not too bad, it wasn't too tight there. I'd say I can probably use this gear wrench. Of course it's backwards and I tightened it. Get this off here. You got a hand loose now. Okay, there's the nut off the back side. There's the original pipe off. Not sure what this contains. Looks like it's got a rubber gasket and a bolt and such. Might as well leave that right there for now. Let's see if we can remove the stock system here. A little bit of wiggle, and there it is. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right, now the exhaust pipe is off, and my gosh, what a heavy unit this is. So there's your pipe, and it's huge. That's where your catalytic converter is going to be. It's a gigantic piece, very heavy. I mean, it's a hefty unit, especially compared with the new pipe you can pick up with your fingers. And funny enough, you flip this around, you get to look at the manufacturing on the silencer. It says Ducati there. I don't know if you can see it right there. It says Remus. So the original pipe is made by Remus. So in theory, I'm replacing the OEM pipes with a similar brand. So I'm gonna wrap this up and have it for safekeeping. And here's the bike with no silencer on it, just the header pipes, and that looks freaking cool. It looks like little bobber pipes or something. And unfortunately, I'm not going to start it like this. I don't want it to run too lean and burn anything out. But that's cool looking. So now we'll just start fitting the rest of the parts. Running what this is here, it's an exhaust valve, and it's to control noise and emissions and such. And if you look inside, you can see the little flapper valve there. And unfortunately, I cannot defeat this because it will throw a check engine light. So without doing an aftermarket computer, I cannot tune this away. But as you can see, there's the valve there. And if I turn on the key, you can see where it does a little test there, and it makes sure it works. So if you defeat it and it does not do that, then it will throw a check engine light. Connecting pipe here, and make sure your clamp's already on there. And we're just going to slip this on for now. Not going to tighten it up yet because you're going to need to be able to turn it to get it adjusted, and you're going to mount your pipe first. So I come over to the silencer, and I've got the bracket on there. It's just on there by hand right now, so I'm going to tighten that up. That takes a 6. So get it snugged up. I don't think you can get to these after it is on. So I'll go ahead and snug these. Looks like I got it centered up there fairly well. Okay, got that tightened. So now let's readjust the camera back to here. Okay, and let's see which kind of direction this goes. So we're going to have that on there. We'll get this lined up. I do have the nut here I'm going to put on, and it's kind of finger tight. All right. Now we can kind of twist and tune where this needs to be. Make sure everything's far enough in there. Okay. Seems like it is. So next step will be to fit the springs. so we can hold the silencer on. So we'll get these fitted. Once we do that, we can snug up the bracket, and then we can snug up the clamp. I'm going to turn it, that way it's a little more out of sight. Alright, now for the exhaust springs here. Kind of neat, it actually has a branding on it. And I'm not going to lie either, the top one was a bit of a pain in the butt to get on there. So, with this one, I'm just going to grab my pliers and attach it, like so. Alright, so now that the muffler and the connecting tube is mounted together, we're going to tighten our mounting bolt here. So that will be the Allen wrench. Alright, so I've got the muffler clamp right here. I got it tightened up. I got the bracket and the nut tightened right here. My bracket to the pipe is tightened. So everything's pretty well snug now. And I think I've decided to go with the heat shield here. I kind of like it, the clean look there, but it has these brackets on there. That's the only thing that maybe could be an option on these, to either have that on there or not. So I am going to put this on here. And it comes with the hardware for that. There's two little Allen screws here. And let's say after I ride a little bit, I'll take this back off and check on my clamps and everything. Make sure everything stays tight, you know, after it heats up and your bike vibrates and whatnot. So if I can get this one started. Can't see where it goes. Well, I don't know what's going on here. This hole looks a little bit out of round. I think I've got it started there. There we go. It is just a little tough. I got that now. Snug that up. Snug that up. And by golly, there's a slip-on exhaust system. Alright, now we can step back and look at the final product. There's the complete slip-on system. So I think it looks pretty good there. So there we go. Now last step, of course, fire it up. Alright, I've tried to get the camera back in the same position that it was in, so the sound's kind of similar. I get a few revs. That sounds pretty good. That was revving to about 6 grand. You know, it's not real loud. It's not super loud. I don't think it's going to be obnoxious, but I think it sounds good. Okay, so I do like that. I just went up Just went for a little ride just on my street here, and it is a noticeable difference. But like when you're just cruising down the road, it's not really that loud. But you can hear a noticeable difference when you actually get on the throttle. I'll try to get a drive-by video here soon. But just for those interested and just for fun here while I was here, I have taken out the silencer. So it comes with this. This is your decibel killer, and it just kind of chokes it down. And as you can see, without that, it's just a straight through. And I just wanted, for those curious, maybe you're thinking about getting this pipe, and the other way is not loud enough for you, or it's not what you want. I am going to start it up just like this without the decibel killer, so you can get an idea of it. And it's a pretty noticeable difference. It's quite a bit louder. So it's cool that they give you that choice of 2 different levels. On idle, it's noticeably louder. And when you rev it, that's where you can really tell. Okay, so all in all, super easy project. If you got a bike like this and you're considering this, even with very little mechanical skill, this is super easy. It takes a matter of a few minutes if you're just getting in there and doing it, not fooling with the video and all that. I'm using my tripod as a selfie stick. Is that what the kids do? Is that cool? So overall, I like the pipe. I really like the look of it. It opens up the rear tire there a lot. So I'm very pleased with that. I think it looks good. I'm happy with the titanium finish, and of course, over time it'll change sound a little bit where the packing wears in, but so far I'm pretty happy with it. And I'll try to get some GoPro videos riding around, which you know how a GoPro is as far as sound quality goes, especially with the case on them. But I'll try to do maybe some flybys and maybe some onboard stuff for y'all. But as far as installation goes, there you go. It's simple. If you're thinking about it, do it. It's a fun little mod, something you can do in just a little bit of time, and I think it improves the sound and the look of the bike. So maybe do a fuel programmer later on down the road, but for now I'm going to ride it like this for a little bit. So till next video, I'll see y'all later.